Good day to everyone, and today we're going to talk about the retraction of Rizal. And we're going to talk about why Jose Rizal, our national hero, might have changed his opinions before he was executed. Rizal was known for criticizing the Spanish rule and the Catholic Church in the Philippines. Before Rizal was executed in 1896, people wondered if he took back his anti-Catholic ideas. It's hard to say for sure because there isn't a lot of evidence. And according to a testimony by Father Balaguer, a Jesuit missionary who befriended the hero during his exile in the Pitan Rizal, Rizal accepted a short retraction document prepared by the superior of the Jesuit Society in the Philippines, Father Payo Pai. In Jose Rizal's retraction, it is said, "I declare myself a Catholic, and in this religion in which I was born and educated, I wish to live and die. I retract with all my heart whatever in my words, writings, publications, and conduct has been contrary to my character as son of the Catholic Church. I believe and I confess whatever she teaches, and I submit to whatever she demands. I abominate Masonry as the enemy which is of the Church, and as society prohibited by the Church. The diocesan prelate may, as a superior ecclesiastical authority, make public this spontaneous manifestation of mine in order to repair the scandal which my acts may have caused, and so that God and people may pardon me." There are four different versions of Rizal's instruction that had surfaced. The first version of the text was published in La Voz Española and Diario de Manila on the very day of Rizal's execution, December 30, 1896. The second one came from an anonymous writer who revealed himself later as Father Balaguer. It appeared in Barcelona, Spain on February 14, 1897 in the fortnightly magazine in La Juventud. The third one that was said to be the original text was discovered the Ardiocesan archives on May 18, 1935, after it disappeared for 39 years from the afternoon of the day when Rizal was shot. The fourth text appeared in El Empirical on the day after Rizal's execution. It is a short formula of the retraction. There are a few reasons why Rizal might have changed his mind. 1. To save his family and town from further persecution. 2. To give Josephine a legal status as his wife. 3. To secure reforms from the Spanish government. But it's tricky to know for sure where Rizal did this. Not having a lot of evidence makes it hard to say. Understanding why Rizal might have changed his mind means looking at different viewpoints and considering what life was like back then. Let's keep exploring this complicated topic and appreciate the different sides of our national hero's life and decisions.
Who is Father Vicente Volager? So Vicente Volager, he is a Jesuit priest who claimed that he conveyed to convince Rizal to denounce Masonry and return to Catholic fold. In 1917, an affidavit executed that forms and proves that he was who solemnized the marriage of Jose Rizal and Josephine Berquin. So in this statement, Father Vicente Volager's statement. In December 9, 1896, Father Villaclara and Father Vicente Volager went to Fort Santiago, and Father Vicente conceived that Rizal must make a restrictions of errors. And the professions of so diri uh, Archbishop is the highest rank in the religious community. Murag siya ang kataas-taasan o siya ang pinakataas ng rank. So, ang tawag diri apod sa atua is bishop. Murag siya ang pinakataas diri sa mga pare. Then, diri apod is ginaingon ni Father Vicente Volager nga si Rizal daw ang ginadeclare niyang sarili nga siya is a free thinker. Free thinker is taas kay siya pangutok, bisang unsa lang ang iyang may balan, bisang unsa lang ang iyang mahuna-hunaan. That's a free thinker. So, when you say Jesuit priest, mao pud siya ang apostolic religious community called the Society of Jesus. So, in our society, so namo jud tay kada iyang simbahan, and we believe that there are sacraments that we really need to do or we need to follow, such as a Ten Commandments. So same as this. So Father Vicente Vollager is so in addition, Father Vollager also shared that before Dr. Rizal reached the Bagong Bayan or Lunita today, he went to Ateneo and delivered the aforementioned document to Father Pio, and the same today brought it to the place and handed it over the Archbishop Nazalita. So, diriya is giingon ni or ginaingon sa statement ni Father Vicente Vollager that bago ma-reach ni Rizal ang bagong bayan or what we call Luneta today is uh, gipasa or gidelivered niya ang aforementioned document kay Father PUP. So dito sa palace kay murag na dituan niya gihatag ang katong ginaingon ni Father Volunteer, which is ang uh, aforementioned document. So next, we already know who is Father Volunteer. So we proceed next to the Father PUP because it is connected just because si Father Vicente Bolliger kay bago na-reach ni Rizal ang bagong bayan or what we call Luneta today kay gihatag or gipasa pa niya ang aforementioned document kay Father PUP. So who is Father PUP? So Father PUP Y. Vidal is a superior of Jesuit in the Philippines in 1896. So, siya po ang nag-issue an affidavit about his involvement to result restrictions. So, he published the account that he made in Manila in 1909, La Muerte Cristanadel Dr. Rizal. So, he also confirmed that his account in a notarial act signed in Barcelona on April 7, 1917. So, his shorter document was accepted by Father Vicente Bolagier. So, diri murag nagapasahanin sila statement ni Father Vicente Bolagier. Kay giingon man diri his shorter document was accepted by Father Vicente Bolagier. So, katong gipasa ni Rizal ang aforementioned document, so gi-accept niya ni Father Vicente Bolagier ang document na gihatag ni Rizal.
Archbishop Nuzalida. So, before we continue, pailailan ako kung si kinsa dyan si Archbishop Nuzalida sa Retraction of Rizal. So, si Archbishop Nuzalida, or true name is Bernardino Nuzalida, was Archbishop of Manila during the late 19th century. So, he thought Rizal nga ga-cause of trouble og naga-encourage daw si Rizal to rebel against the Spanish rulers. And ang thought po ni Nozalida kang Rizal is could make the Spanish government lose control over the Philippines. So, gipangutana niya ang mga authorities. So, he asked the authorities to arrest Rizal. This request resulted in Rizal being put in jail. So, tungod siyang thought na si Rizal daw tungod siyang thought nga si Rizal daw is cause daw sa mga trouble o ga-encourage siya sa mga tao against the Spanish rulers. Tungod ana nga mga thought niya, si Rizal is nabutang siya sa jail. So, nakulong siya. Having a trial and eventually being executed. And as a result, Rizal became a symbol of bravery and standing up against unfair colonial rule. So, unfair education, okay, inana lang nga thought ni Rizalida nga cause siya sa trouble and siya daw naga-encourage against the Spanish rules o to rebel against the Spanish rules. So, tungod lang ana nga mga thought na kulong si Rizal. So, nakulong siya tungod lang ana nga mga thought. And continue ta. Rizal made slight variation in his redaction from the proposed text by Father Pi. And Father Pi gave the document to the Archbishop, then handed it to the secretary of the Archbishop. So, this sequence of events suggests that Father Pi was responsible for preparing Rizal's retraction, possibly at Rizal's request. So, humano kumpleto ang dokumento. So, humano makumpleto ang dokumento, si Father Pi, gi-entrust niya ka Archbishop ang document. So, ang gihimo pod ni Archbishop sa document, iya pong gipasa sa iyang secretary who may rule in maintaining official rules o pagdumala sa documents. Gaspar Castano. 2 days after death of Rizal, Castano saw and read Rizal retraction paper wherein the later declared himself a Catholic. 2 days after the execution of Rizal, he saw retraction ni Rizal. And nakita niya na sa lugar sa Archbishop's Palace in Manila. So, and Gaspar Castano claimed that nga iyang gigunitan na document na iyang nabasahan is makapamatuod nga kato siya nga document is the retraction of Rizal. And also, ang nasa document that Rizal declaring himself a Catholic.
Father Antonio Rosel, another friend of Rizal, who gladly eaten a fine breakfast with him, returned in the afternoon to resume his talk with Rizal. So, si Father Rosel, he said that on that day that Rizal was executed, he saw the retraction of Rizal in Ateneo. On December 30, 1896, Rosel saw the retraction paper in Ateneo. Additionally, Father Rosel's testimony is also a notarized declaration formally made on April 27, 1917 in his declaration. Father Rosel, among other things, said, "I recall that on the same day that Rizal was executed, he saw in the Ateneo his retraction." Second, we have Lieutenant Luis Taviel de Andrade. He was the brother of Lieutenant Jose Taviel de Andrade, Rizal's bodyguard in Calamba in 1887. He gladly accepted the task of defending Rizal because he heard good reports from his older brother about him. He was the first lieutenant of artillery. He visited Rizal and he does not waste time to study carefully about Rizal's case. In just a short period, Rizal and Tavier captured each other's sympathy and eventually became friends during usual meeting in Rizal's cell. He also heard that in the morning of Rizal's execution, who married Josephine, upon arriving at the door, saw Rizal's is an attitude of praying. The Rizal came out of kissing the statue of Sacred Heart. So last, nga akong i-discuss is si Thomas Gonzalez Fejo. So, kani siya, the retraction of document was handed to him for safekeeping in the archives of the Secretary Office. So, kani si Gonzales, sa iyaha gipatago ang retraction paper ni Dr. Rizal for the purposes of safekeeping and para ma-archive po na siya sa Secretary Office. Thank you.
So, let's proceed for my topic, arguments against the retraction. The retraction information was published late that could be authenticated. Ang impormasyon sa pagbawi kay na-publish siya nga ulahi, tapos nahimo pa siya nga dili tinuod. Claim the order, acts, and facts do not fit well with the story. Pag-angkon nga ang ubang mga buhat ug mga kamatuoran dili haom sa istorya. Giangkon nila tong mga story ba bisag dili tinuod. The contagious acts that undermine the belief of Jose Rizal retracted undermine belief ni Rizal nga iyang gusto bawion. The document of retraction was kept. Ang document niya tinuod pero gitaguan. Then, the request of the Rizal family to have the original or copy was both denied. Nangayo pod ang pamilya ni Rizal og original nga copy pero wala sila gitagaan. Rizal's burial was kept secret. Gitaguan ang paglubong ni Rizal. No masses or funeral was held by the Catholic. Then, wala po siya gimisahan sa mga Katoliko. Then, di ba, pag mamatay ta kay misahan, medyo ta, pero si Rizal kay wala. Next, he was not buried in the Catholic cemetery of Paco but in the ground. Si Rizal kay wala siya gilubong dito sa cemetery of Paco. Gidiretso na lang siya sa yuta. There was no entry in the book of burials that Rizal's body was buried. On the page of December 30 and it appears on the special page where special orders of authorities are indicated.
Other arguments, if it is true. The first one is his Roman Catholic marriage. So, ang marriage ni Rizal kay Josephine Bracken as attested by witnesses. And there could be no marriage without a retraction. So, Rizal cannot marry Josephine Bracken unless he retracted first. So, basically, ang ano-ane is no retraction, no marriage para sa iyahang Roman Catholic marriage. So, the second one is in the desire for historical truth. In much later years, people began to search of Rizal retraction and different version of duly notarized documents. So sa kadugayan na matay si Rizal. So ang mga tao nag-seek to truthness, desire for historical truth. So gina-search nila ang Rizal retraction para and the different version of duly notarized documents. So they can compare it to each other, which is what is true talaga sa retraction ni Rizal to provide the historical truth. The third one is the Book of Acts of Faith, Hope, and Charity, reportedly recited and signed by Dr. Jose Rizal as attested or provided by witnesses. And he also signed a prayer book which was amongst the documents. So the meaning of this is, the explanation of this is the other documents if it is true, diba? So makaya if it is true kay naga-provide siya witnesses as it said there is atong PPT itong presentation. Tapos the other side na nagaingon that Rizal expresses hope for a better future for the Philippines and manifests charity for forgiving his oppressors. It symbolizes profound patriotism, resilience, and commitment, the ideals
of justice and freedom even in the face of adversity. So allegedly mo na ang gina-express ni Rizal by reciting and signing the book of Acts of Faith, Hope, and Charity. The fourth one is the testimony of the press at the time of event, of eyewitnesses and the other qualified witnesses. So, nag-base Japanese siya sa retraction ni Dr. Rizal. Those closely associated with the events of the head of the Jesuit order, or by the meaning of this Jesuit order is the Jesus Society. So this Jesus Society, also known of Jesuit Order or Jesuits, is a religious order of clerics regular or pontifical right for men in the Catholic Church headquartered in Roman. And also it associated with the such as head of again Jesuit Order and the Archbishop, etc.
The words of retraction letter of Rizal according to the testimony of Father Balaguer. I declare myself a Catholic in this religion in which I was born and educated. I wish to live and die. I retract with all my heart in my words, writings, publications, and conduct has been contrary to my character as son of the Catholic Church. I believe and I confess whatever she teaches, and I submit to whatever she demands. Differentiation of two copies. First, instead of the words mi cualidad which appear in the original and the newspaper text, the Jesuits copy have mi calidad. The difference between mi calidad and mi cualidad lies in the use of the Spanish language. Mi calidad literally means my quality, while mi cualidad means my characteristic or my attribute. Second, the Jesuits copies of the Retraction omit the word Católica after the first Iglesias, which are found in the original and the newspaper text. Third, the Jesuits copies of the Retraction add before the third Iglesias the word misma, which is not found in the original and the newspaper text of the Retraction. Fourth, with regards to the paragraphing which immediately strikes the eye of the critical reader, Father Balaguer text does not begin the second paragraph. Fifth, whereas the text of retraction in the original and in the Manila newspaper have only 4 commas, the text of Father Balaguer copy has 11 commas. Sixth, the most important of all, Father Balaguer copy did not have the names of the witnesses from the text of the newspapers in Manila. These differences suggest that Father Balaguer version of the retraction may have been modified or edited from the original newspaper versions. Observation on the document of retraction of Dr. Jose Rizal by Dr. Jose del Rosario. Dr. Jose del Rosario observed that the capital letters in the document, including variations such as D, G, R, I, P, V, S, C, M, and E, are all in the natural form of letter used by Dr. Jose Rizal.
Hi, I'm Andy Adim. I'll be reporting this slide, observing on the document of Retraction of Dr. Jose Rizal by Dr. Jose del Rosario. The small letters of H, P, D, R, O, G, L, J are all of handwriting of Rizal. Dr. del Rosario said in the document about Dr. Rizal's reaction that the small letters H, P, D, R, O, J, L, J were handwritten by Rizal himself. This means that Rizal's personality wrote those letters, showing his direct involvement of that document. So this slide is number 3. The slant of writing and is irregular and never vertical in the writing of Ultimo Adios because the paper is used is too small and different slant between the Ultimo Adios and normal was not a motive of doubting the genuineness of writing. The writing of Ultimo Adios by Dr. Rizal, an irregular and almost vertical slant due to the small paper. This different in slant between the Ultimo Adios and regular writing isn't a reason of doubting authenticity according to Del Rosario. So, ingon si Del Rosario dito guys na kung dili siya as long as si Dr. si Rizal dili jud dapat ka mag-doubt kung unsay authenticity niya na ato na dokumentong atong Ultimo Adios. So number 4, all the another characteristics like short endings stroke shows nothing to be argued and genuineness of the document. So pasabot diri guys kay kuan the document characteristics including the short ending strokes don't raise doubts about its authenticity by so ingon si Dr. Del Rosario na bisag short ang ending sa mga strokes dili daw na mag-doubt sa authenticity sa kato na document. So yan ni ang forma sa document guys. Kanang gwapo kay siyang pinakatay si Dr. Rizal jud.